A hot favorite is back, my friends. We have the Shokz OpenRun Pro in the house, yo, and a lot of people obviously are excited about this new one. But as usual, this review ain't gonna be skewed by marketing hype or brand clout or reading directly from a press release. That's not how we roll here at GearUp. I'm not a shield tuber. Hi, Casey.
You're under arrest. This is bad. You're going to prison.
Come on.
Can I use your phone to call the cops?
Okay.
You're shield tubing. It's not a respected profession.
What we're gonna do instead is dig deeper to find out if this is ultimately worth your coin. So let's do it. Like the previous model at launch, the Shokz OpenRun Pro retails for $180 and it comes in two colorways. There is this really nice bright orange high vis as well as black if you like something more discreet. But knowing Shokz too, there's more colorways in the works, I'm sure. Bluetooth 5.3 on board with SBC only. There's no aptX or AAC or anything like that. Not that it matters really for sound quality of this kind of device, but you know, if that matters to you, you probably have to look somewhere else. There are dual drivers now too. There's the traditional main bone conduction unit that still does the same thing, while there's a separate woofer right there that points directly into your ear canal. Now the weight on this thing has gone up slightly, just a smidge. It's now like 31.3 grams according to my scales, and this has IP55 just like before, which means don't wear this in the shower. Heavy sweating is fine. Battery life on this thing, according to my tests, it's around 9.9 hours at 65% volume, which is a little better than the OG ORP. Comparing the previous one and the new one, I mean, the design has not really changed. It's your typical Shokz. There's really not much you can change with this form factor, but you still get the titanium wraparound band that comes in two sizes. There's small as well as standard sizes. The power and volume buttons are on the right side right there that you can see, and they're really easy to press. And also on the left side, there is the universal control button that accepts single double taps as well as hold commands. I'll tell you straight up, build quality, manufacturing lines, you know, like how tight the seams are, Shokz nails it pretty much every single time, and it's slightly better in this new gen. It's just looks really well put together. This year they've added this shiny metal-like embellishment to the back and balance out or paired with this one around the woofer driver. They could have made this like a plain metal shielding, but they made it look like a goggle or a controller or something. Really nice and unique. And also this year they've added, they've taken away the proprietary charging cable port, and now it's USB-C at the back right here. Something to note, I'm not sure if this is because it's an early production unit or first batch or something like that. The flap doesn't sit properly. It's supposed to seal like this, but then it pops out every single time, and I really had to push it a few more times before it finally takes. So Shokz, if you're watching this could potentially be a water ingress problem. Slightly different this year is the case. It looks more compact and a little bit more uniform in shape. This is where you store the OpenRun Pro, and on the back here you'll find your charging cables. Really nice little touch there. There's a flap there to access that, and then the zipper is pretty decent, and there's a nice long pull loop for what it's worth. The app experience is pretty much identical to the previous gen, so check out the video up above if you'd like to see me do a deeper dive, or if you just like to hear me talk a lot. But the controls are basically the same. EQ is all at the front, multi-point Bluetooth connection right there, pause play controls for the media. Now the mode you probably want to select for EQ is bass boost, because otherwise, yeah, we'll talk more about SQ later on. Oh, no. Eternal Light by the Free Nationals, man. They got something going there. But anyways, what we have going right now is the Bluetooth range test for the OpenRun Pro 2's Bluetooth 5.3. I'm a little bit out of breath because I've done a few devices and many takes of this one. So you know how I do things. I run a lot. And so I'm done. I'm so out of breath. Anyways, the song is piping through my OnePlus Open directly to the headphones. And let's see when they start cutting out. 5.3 should take us pretty far. We should start getting a signal cut out somewhere around here, like on cue. I'll tell you what, technology is pretty predictable sometimes. 5.3 dropped a little bit there, but it's still very strong. Anyways, as these are designed for running and working out, rock solid, guys. Stability wise, you know, I can shake my head and jump up and down, no problems whatsoever. And I think they might have redesigned or reshaped the mold a little bit more, because the last time I complained about how the back of the neckband would hit like hoodies and collars and things like that, I don't see that problem this time. So, and I'm also using the standard size. I usually wear a small, and so this is larger and I'm not hitting the back of my hoodie right now, so that's a plus. What I'm curious to though is to find out how the mics perform down by the road. My voice is actually turning out to be pretty nice on these. Right now there's no traffic or barely anything coming up and down the road. Hopefully, oh, here comes a car. Testing. 1, 2, 3. I'm noticing also there's not much peaking, which is great, and my voice quality is nice. And the algorithm is just keeping up too, so which is great. And let me try to kick up. Look at all the leaves. It's fall officially, and how's that? Pretty not bad, right? So, oh, one thing to note of, and just something that comes with powerful course with open air headphones, is I was listening to my tunes coming down the driveway just now, and I had to crank it up to 100%. Even just mild traffic like this, I had to crank it up all the way just to hear my tunes. And I have pretty decent hearing, so if you have lesser ability to hear, or if you're in a noisier environment, these are the things you have to deal with these kind of devices. So something to bear in mind. Testing. 1, 2, 3. How does that sound? Not bad, right? Overall, sound quality is very good for the genre. I'd say much closer to air conduction quality than before. Now, a quick note before we move on. I've split my observations about SQ into two parts. And the first is when I first got the Pro 2, plus adding to the fact that I haven't listened to the previous generation Open Pro in quite a while. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to listen like someone using the new ORP for the first time. So here are my thoughts. The first test track that I pulled up was the EDM Meet in the Middle by Taku. I'm not sure if you've heard it, but man, these headphones make the listeners feel like they're in a spacious sphere of sound or wearing a pair of good open air headphones. With the E-drums kicking around left and right constantly and the background singer sitting in the far right corner of the space somewhere. And here's another one, Michael Kiwananka's Cold Little Heart. That one exposes the low limits of composure on these things. Like the first 15 seconds easily have the drivers buzzing, and then the electric guitar at somewhere around the 1.5 minute mark is just brutal. Let's be honest there. Now, bass on the flip side is decent and carries quite a bit of warmth even in noisier environments like in a gym or outdoors walking or something. I mean, it's no in-ear earphone, but it's respectable enough to not be embarrassing. And I mean, come on, if a headphone meant for workouts can't do low frequencies, it might as well stay home, am I right? Okay, switching gears a little bit, here are my notes on SQ after I brought in the previous ORP, listened to that for a bit, and then compared the two. One thing that totally stands out above all else is how much the second driver in the new one contributes to bass. Like, it's a big difference, guys. For the most part, it's something the bone conduction headphone space already lacks right now, so it's great to see Shokz taking it up a notch right here. But, and you knew this was coming, guys, but vocal clarity, that was pretty solid on the OG, is now a little veiled, slightly more muffled. Logically, that doesn't make sense. Taking the load off the main drivers from bass duty should have allowed the mids and highs to shine, right? But not the case here. It feels as though the bass could be overpowering the rest or something. And I tried playing with the EQ and it didn't help much at all either. One area that Shokz continues to have a leg up over the competition from, say, Sunto or Pile is hands down the style and build quality combo. There's just an extra level of design flair and obsession for tight tolerances that impart a feeling of longevity and durability. I absolutely can't get enough of this kind of form factor. It's just so easy to put on, easy to remove, drape around your neck, carry around, throw in your backpack or purse or merce, hang it on your shower rack to dry after a rinse. Yeah, the list goes on and on. Believe it or not, while everyone, even I, have begged for Shokz to drop its patented charging cable from the previous gen, the move to USB-C isn't all bed of roses. Gone are the magnetic connectors, which, let's admit was really cool and convenient, as well as now the need to finagle with a PU flap to access the USB-C port each and every single bloody time. And you all know at some point that's going to snap off and be lost forever. And I asked Shokz if the USB-C port itself is water sealed like on smartphones, and thus if the flap is a secondary moisture barrier or merely for aesthetics or both. And I was told that the flap is the primary water seal, which means you better make sure that the flap is nice and tight after each use. Despite the fantastic quality and the improved quality of live stuff, the price still kind of bites, to be honest. The Pro 2 feels more like a $120, $130 device. The rest is just Shokz tax. Oh look, I just pulled up Amazon and guess what I found? The previous OpenRun Pro is $130 right now. So if you want something 3/4 the way there for less cash, there you go. This thing needs more power. Even at maximum volume, just like the old gen, it still has a difficult time cutting through noises from even a mildly busy street or semi-busy construction zone. Air conduction tends to do better in this area, so if you're looking for something louder, check out something like the One More S series and Soundcore's Aerofits. This 10th generation OpenRun Pro is a pretty well sorted piece of kit, I'll tell you what. The separate bass driver aimed at your ear and USB-C are both fantastic adds this year. And so if you're coming to this fresh for the first time, this is like your first pair, then the Pro 2 is definitely worth a look. Better still if you can find a discount. And if you already have the 9th gen, you're probably still good, I would say. No need to upgrade. But here's the thing, on the flip side, at the end of the day, I can't help but wonder why the OpenRun Pro still exists as a product. I mean, we all know that air conduction headphones, this is bone conduction, like the OpenFit right here, they sound better with the same open air benefits. Shokz could so easily put a neckband on this, but haven't, or more possibly won't. And I understand it's all about economics, portfolio diversity, keeping investors happy, marketing and all that. But from where I'm standing, I'd much rather have an open fit with the neckband from the OpenRun series. Guess what? I'd love to hear from you guys, so drop a comment below, say hi or something. Thank you for watching, by the way, too, and spending your time with me. You could have been doing something else, but the fact that you're here, so thank you so much. And if you like what I do, thumbs up this video, like it, and also subscribe to this channel, reshare this with your friends. Let's get me to 25,000, 50,000, so on and so forth. And remember to do something loving and kind for somebody in this world, because guess what? If you haven't seen the news, the world needs it more than ever, and it starts with you. I love you all very much. Peace out and God bless.